7 months ago, I put out my 240Hz monitors review, and I was really happy to see that you guys really liked it.
And you know what else is massive?
Since then, my setup has evolved significantly. New gear, better cable management, new PC parts, and the list goes on. But with all of this, why not do a final monitor review? So here it is. Here's a review of the Z-Edge UG25I. To start off this review, I will list out the pros of this monitor. It comes with several features that the typical display does not have. It comes with HDR, G-Sync, and of course 240Hz. So if you have a powerful PC and want to play competitive titles like Fortnite, this works just fine. Now this monitor is the perfect budget monitor. It has 240Hz, HDR, G-Sync, FreeSync, and all of this under $300, which is an absolute steal for people who don't want to break the bank for gaming equipment. Now of course there are going to be better monitors than this one, such as Asus and MSI. Now if you just want to buy a monitor that works well with consoles and PCs, then this is the one. It comes with almost everything that you need. It comes with speakers built into the monitor, a stand, and cables. One thing it doesn't have are custom crosshairs, which my other monitor has, but they're kind of useless nowadays. Softwares like Crosshair X are actually being promoted by game titles. Now let's move on to my critiques. I quickly want to state how this is a budget monitor, and regardless, it performs really well against other 240Hz monitors such as Dell and even Acer. So my first critique is, it feels delayed. It has some sort of input delay. After a while of gaming, I noticed that there was a bit of input delay. This monitor is advertised as a millisecond delay, and I totally disagree. I tested this out by playing on my other gaming monitor, and I found out that there was a significant difference between delay times of both monitors. Now there are ways to mitigate this delay. The best way I handled it was by enabling G-Sync, which this monitor supports. For AMD users, however, it's going to be FreeSync. The monitor also has minor ghosting, which is normal for VA paneled monitors, and it isn't something very noticeable. It doesn't really affect your gameplay, it's just something that I picked up on after playing for long periods of time. So now the second one, which is the most important one in my opinion, are the colors. Colors are washed out and inaccurate. I noticed if I wasn't using HDR, the colors would look really odd, sometimes displaying red as pink, which was really annoying. In comparison to my Acer monitor, you could notice the subtle differences between the colors with default settings. However, with this monitor, I had to change it manually by going into the NVIDIA settings and fixing up the hue. Now this is one of the biggest downsides for me, as I really appreciate good monitor color. Even if it's a 1080p monitor, it should still have good color. I don't know what it is with this monitor, but honestly it isn't normal. Now my third critique is that the monitor itself is quite small. The monitor's relatively small screen size places it below the standard range for modern gaming displays. This can directly impact gameplay by limiting the FOV and reducing spatial awareness in competitive titles. A smaller display also means UI elements and other in-game details like the HUD appear more compressed, which may affect precision and overall immersion. It's also something that I've had to adjust with personally because I'm used to playing on a bigger monitor screen. I used to have a 27-inch monitor and that used to be my main one, but now ever since I got this monitor, I've been used to playing on 240Hz, and believe me, I'm not going back to 144. So regardless, I'm still going to play on this monitor. And now the last one is a pretty small one, and it's a minor detail. On the bottom of the monitor, there are two tiny vents where the heat escapes. Through, allowing the internal components of the monitor to ventilate. So if you touch the monitor, it will be pretty hot, especially on the bottom. So all in all, I really do believe that this monitor is a really good one. I think it suits the more frugal buyer. All in all, I think this monitor is really suitable for people who are more frugal and not willing to spend $300 to $400 on a gaming monitor. However, I do think that there are some changes that can be easily fixed with this monitor, and I pointed them out with my critiques. So after 7 months of using this monitor, my final conclusion is that it's a 6.5 out of 10. Now don't get me wrong, it's really good. Again, you can use it for console, you can even use it for PC, and honestly it's really versatile. What you guys think in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and peace out. Yeah, let me know what you guys think below down in the comment section. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.